Welcome back to Deep Dive. We've got quite a few reports here that are really buzzing in the tech world. It's all about a potential, well, huge move by Meta.
Absolutely. We've been digging into these sources, and they're detailing this rumored meta investment in scale AI. And the potential scale is just enormous.
Yeah. So our mission here, for this deep dive is pretty straightforward. We want to unpack what's actually in this potential deal, figure out why Meta might be considering it, look at the risks the reports mention, and they definitely do, and pull out what the experts are saying it could all mean. And honestly, the numbers are just, wow. Meta is reportedly thinking about putting over $10 billion into Scale AI.
And Scale AI itself is already valued at, what, $14 billion? With
Yeah.
backers like NVIDIA, Amazon.
It's already a giant.
Exactly. It just shows you how intense this whole AI gold rush really is.
It really does. And to understand this deal, you kind of need to know what Scale AI actually does. The sources paint a good picture. They're like the invisible infrastructure for AI.
Invisible infrastructure, I like that. Yeah. They do that super critical but often unseen data labeling work. It's absolutely essential for training these massive AI models everyone's talking about.
Right, like Meta's own Llama 3 or, OpenAI's ChatGPT.
Precisely. They're prepping the fuel for all these engines.
The engine room nobody sees. And these reports highlight just explosive growth. I mean, revenue went from $870 million just last year.
To a projected $2 billion this year. That kind of jump, well, it definitely gets your attention.
It sure does. So looking at Meta's angle, the strategy outlined in these reports is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it seems less about building the next big AI model to compete head-on and more about investing in the fundamental data layer, the stuff all models need.
So they're trying to catch up to rivals like OpenAI and Google, maybe, by controlling the raw materials.
That seems to be the thinking. There was actually a pretty funny satirical take in one report.
Oh, yeah.
It was basically saying, if you can't beat your rivals running on the road, maybe just buy the road itself.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I get that. A sideways move.
Exactly. Clever, maybe, but potentially very, very expensive. And, naturally, with this kind of money involved, the opinions in these sources sharply divided.
Oh, completely. You've got the optimists on one side. They're calling it smart, saying data is the new oil.
And it would make sense. I mean, Meta's whole business, especially advertising, runs on incredibly refined data. Investing in the company that helps refine that data, it seems logical for their core operations.
But then you hit that wall of skepticism.
Mm.
And it's loud in these reports. Critics are calling $10 billion just outrageous.
Well, yeah, because Scale AI's projected $2 billion revenue, while impressive growth, still looks pretty small next to a $14 billion valuation, let alone adding another $10 billion investment.
That kind of spending at those multiples, it's definitely making some analysts nervous. They're mentioning dot-com bubble fears quite openly.
That price tag is a huge flashing light, for sure.
Yeah.
And the sources dig into risks for Scale AI, too, beyond just the valuation.
Right, like their heavy reliance on big tech. If this AI hype cools down even a little,
that valuation could look really exposed really quickly. A few reports even made brief comparisons to WeWork's valuation issues, which is, well, not a comparison you want.
no, definitely not. And there's the human cost element too, right? The reports mention accusations about underpaying the data labelers, doing all that crucial groundwork.
Yeah, that's a potential reputational risk that could definitely bite them later on.
Okay, so looking forward. If this deal does happen and it works out, what's the big picture?
Well, the sources suggest it could cement Scale AI as the #1 data supplier for AI globally. That would give Meta huge influence, significant leverage across the whole AI landscape.
Although one report had a slightly cynical take on that too,
Oh.
pointing out that after Meta spent billions on a metaverse maybe nobody uses, they might now spend billions on data nobody actually sees.
Yeah, that's a bit wry, isn't it? But it captures the scale of these bets. So really, pulling it all together, this potential deal is like a snapshot of the current AI frenzy.
Right, and Meta's push to stay relevant, stay central.
Exactly. But as all these sources make really clear, it comes with a staggering cost and some very real risks.
It's a massive gamble on where things are headed. And I guess the core question these reports leave you, the listener, chewing on is this. Is having the absolute best data infrastructure, owning the road, really enough to win the AI race long term?
Or does that ultimate victory still depend on genuine breakthrough innovation in the AI models and applications themselves?
Yeah, something definitely to think about as this story develops.